Golfer 007, turn right, heading 185, reduce speed 180 knots.
185 on the heading, 180 on the speed Golfer 007.
Speedbird 124, reduce speed 160 knots to 40 me.
Reduce 160 to 4, speed 124.
Hello there guys, Matt here. Long time no see again, although I have, well, I mean, excuses aren't really my forte, but I have been unwell for the past 2 days, and previous to that I had some hardware issues, and software, and peripheral issues, which ultimately led me to having nothing, so I had to rebuy everything all over again. I am now back with a new computer, and new peripherals, new software, new hardware, etc. So we should be good to go. Now today is something a little bit different. I am in the Aerosoft A319. This is the beta bus, it's currently in development. I'm not quite sure about the timeline of when it will be ready for you guys, but it is coming along very nicely. This is a 319 model, the CFM variant. They have the IE, the shortcut version as well. Also they've got the A319 with the steep approach mod, which is nothing short of incredible. Trying to fly that thing into London City is an absolute traumatic experience, albeit very fun. So yeah, we're on the ground at Bristol today, and we're going to take this bad boy up to Glasgow, and we're going to see what it throws our way. We're on VATSIM, call sign is EZ9002. And there's a few little, I guess, new features of this, which is pretty nice. I don't think you're going to get to see them all, because I'm probably going to split it up into a few videos to show you different parts of it. But we'll kind of just run through the newer ones first of all, and then if I miss any out, I'll cover them in another video. So modelling, 10 out of 10. Always been a kind of, I don't know, a top runner with Aerosoft with their modelling. They seem to be able to do it very, very well. Texturing also, it seems to be pretty nice. I believe, I'm a firm believer, that the A319 CFM is probably the best model that they've done to date. Maybe that's just because I'm biased towards it out of all the Airbus family, or the smaller Airbus family even. The 319 CFM is probably my favourite to fly and to look at. And plus I live, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes drive away from Liverpool, which pretty much has these all day long. So it's a little bit nostalgic. But yeah, there's the outside model, all looking great. There are reflective light textures now for the ground, so if you are flying at night, these nav lights and also the strobes and the landing lights, they light up the ground, and it looks pretty cool. Same as with the A320 and 21, the nose or the landing lights or the taxi lights lit up the ground. They've now ported that over to the wing as well, which is pretty cool. Anyway, I have PFPX this. We are pretty much ready to go, so all we need to do now is set up and get underway. So let's disappear into the flight deck and get this show on the road. Alright, so this is a flight deck. First thing I want to show you now is how you now load the fuel and payload into this thing. It used to be through a little manager which was done externally, and then you kind of pressed load fuel and payload and it chucked it into FSX on the fly. It's a little bit different this time. You can plan it prior to the flight, and you can generate something called a load sheet, and then the load sheet you can load into the plane via the following method. So MCDU2 menu, so the right hand side, load fuel, and at the bottom left here, see init load sheet. Press that, and then from that it'll tell you that you've got 105 passengers. It'll show you how much cargo and how much fuel you're taking. That is based upon the calculations from the little program that they provide with the Airbus A318, 19, and I think possibly an upgrade to the 20 and 21. I need to check that, whether that's going to be the same. I would think so, though. It makes sense to do that. In the manager, in the drop-down list, there is options for the 320 and the 321, so I guess that's going to be a kind of cross-compatible update. Anyway, let's turn on the displays, and we can turn on the loudspeaker, the PFD, and the nav display. We can see here that at the moment it's loading fuel very, very slowly. But what we can do is, if we can't be bothered to wait around, if we just press this instant button here, and then just look right there, it instantly loads it. Or you can wait, either or, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, Back to the checklists, and we can start off the process like you would do in the 320, 321. It does it all for you.
Okay, let's start with the cockpit preparation checklist.
Batteries,
Set on,
electrical power,
and the external power is on.
navigation lights,
All on,
engine master,
both off,
engine mode selector,
checked normal,
landing gear lever,
checked,
parking brake,
on,
flaps,
checked position,
speed brake lever,
checked retracted,
thrust levers,
idle,
Never mind, I was going to move that GSX menu out of the
checked
way, but
standby,
it disappeared before I could do it.
Panel,
set on,
ECAM recall,
checked,
anti-skid,
on,
flight director,
on,
emergency lights,
checked and armed,
no smoking signs,
set on,
anti-ice,
all off,
probe window heat,
off,
air condition,
checked,
ventilation panel,
is checked,
electric panel,
checked,
fuel pumps,
set on,
hydraulics,
is checked,
anti-brake pressure,
checked,
ground proximity warning system,
all on,
electronic flight control system,
on,
adheres,
Track IR,
set to nav,
amazing.
emergency equipment,
Look
is
around now.
checked.
Yep,
checklist complete.
good old Track IR. Right, checklist is complete. Good stuff. Okay, so what we really want to do is probably get rid of Track IR for the moment while I go down here and do all of the FMC. There is a weather radar in this thing now, by the way. I'll show you that shortly if I can get it to work, because I'll actually know how it works. So there we go. Right, so we're going from Bristol to Glasgow, and the alternate is Edinburgh, CGPH. Align the IRS, and we are easy 9002. And cost index, I don't know, we'll just use 20. Flight level 280. Next page, we got a block of 6.9, or well, actually we'll just stick 7 in there. And that should calculate everything for us. Now, Bristol 126025 is the ATIS, so we'll tune that.
Fantastic. The visibility procedures inform Bristol information. Acknowledge receipt of information. Delta and advise aircraft type. On first contact. Time 1450. Runway news 27. Surface wind 2.
So, information Delta, runway 27. Our flight plan means we are out via Brecon, so Brecon with X-ray departure. And then from Brecon we are taking the airway November, is it 864? 864, yeah. Up to a place called Knighton. And then from there we are taking the Upper Papa 17 to Knockin. There we go. And then the Upper Papa 16 to Ribble. And then from Ribble it's the Upper November 601 to Marlgo. Sorted. Okay, as far as performance goes, well, it is flap 1, flex to temp of 55, and the speeds are there for us. V1 92 knots. It might be a little bit out, or maybe I've done something wrong there. Let's see. Zero fuel weight is 51.5. It's alright. Maybe, we'll see. Maybe there's nothing wrong with that, I don't know. Okay, so that's that done. We need to now, I guess, get some clearance would be a good start. And we'll just go from there. We need to turn the checklist back on. You know what I need to do actually? Because I keep doing this. I need to disable the... what's it called? Hotkeys, there we go, off. We can get rid of that info bar as well, we don't need that. And there we go. Doors are ready to be closed. Everything is ready to go. ADIRSs are aligning, and they've got 2 minutes, so in that 2 minutes we will get some clearance from Bristol Tower on 133.850. Bristol Tower, good afternoon, EZ9002, stand 22, Airbus 319, information Delta, request clearance to Glasgow.
EZ9002 Bristol Tower, good afternoon. You're clear to Glasgow, Brecon 1 X-ray departure, squawk 5422.
Brecon 1 X-ray and 5422. Clear to Glasgow, Brecon 1 X-ray departure, squawk 5422, EZ9002.
EZ9002, read back correct, QNH 1010.
QNH 1010, EZ9002. Okay, sweet. That's all done. We will program that in anyway, so that's what we want. I've got an X55, so all the buttons are a little bit odd for me. There's so many switches, I don't know what to do with them all. I've programmed a few of them. I'm probably going to screw it up. The sensitivity of the actual side stick is ridiculous. So, fingers crossed that we won't end up slamming into the ground. But, it is what it is. Okay, put the constraints on there. I think we are actually ready to ask GSX to get us underway. So we want to go nose right for Bristol, which means we want to close all the doors. There we go, they're all closing as they should, and that will bring us then nicely on to the before start checklist.
Captain, the cabin is secure, all passengers are aboard.
Gracias, thank you very much.
Okay, let's do the before start checklist.
Windows and doors.
Closed and locked.
APU.
Set on.
APU bleed.
I'll wait for the bleeds to come on. SID runway 27. So the departure chart is straight ahead 268 to 4.5 DME, then a right turn heading 330 degrees, climbing to 6,000 feet. Brecken's 11745s, and yeah, it's all set. Wait for the APU to come online. Actually, I will switch on the seatbelt signs now. Come on APU, you can do it. It's got realistic startup times now, which is crazy. Normally on the old one, you just waiting like 2 seconds.
External power.
Disconnected and off.
Cabin signs.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
On.
Bearer reference.
1010.
1010. Check. Beacon lights.
Set on.
Checklist complete.
Okay, so we just want to start with the FMC,
Right
but
tick
we'll
to
request
ground.
permission to start with the G's.
Go ahead, sir.
With GSX.
Okay, ground. We have ATC clearance for start and the taxi now. So please confirm ground equipment and services are clear.
Roger.
EZ9002, request permission to start.
You're off on the trucks today, Captain, so your ground equipment and stairs are clear and all doors are closed. Ready when you are.
Is okay.
EZ9002, push and start approved into the cul-de-sac, face east.
Push and start approved into the cul-de-sac facing east, EZ9002. Into the cul-de-sac, maybe, I don't know, is this a cul-de-sac? What stand are we on? It said 22. We are going to face east, so I can assume that we're okay to just push back. Let's see. Let's go on external view and take a look. Okay, that's very zoomed out. What cul-de-sac is he talking about? Because all I can see is pushing straight onto the taxiway. Unless Unless it goes... We'll see what happens. It might work, it might not. Who knows? Right, we're ready to push and start now, so... Right, we're ready to push and start now, so let's... Right, let's do this. Parking brake released. I have rudder pedals now, guys, so my rudder control is going to be awful. Okay, so on the pushback we can start number 2.
Starting engine 2.
Thank you.
Engine 2 is stabilized.
I wonder if it's going to turn us there. Who knows? Are we ready for number 1? Yes, we are.
Starting number 1.
Probably going to get shouted at for
Engine
this, to be
1
honest.
stabilized.
Fingers crossed it won't be too bad.
And that's a good start on both engines. All systems are normal. Thank you for your help and all clear. We see you for signal on the right, please.
Roger, 2 good starts, all clear signals, see you on the right.
I don't think it can make its mind up. Oh, there we go, it's going right now. That's nice.
EV9002, there's going to be a change of tower controllers, so can you stand by behind it? And the swap will be happening now.
Okay, that's no problem. We'll stand by EZ9002. Yeah, he's just changing tower controllers just so that the transmissions don't get missed while there's a new controller coming online. Sup GSX, bro? How's it going? Good old Marshall out. There we go.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set. Move. Oh, I can't move that. Someone's got a cough.
After start, checklist, please.
Engine mode selector.
Set.
APU bleed.
Set off.
APU master.
Set off.
Ground spoilers.
Set.
Meter
Tow
check.
truck disconnected.
Check 0.
Lineup being removed.
Set.
Flight controls.
Okay, so full left. Oh, with this joystick is difficult.
Full left.
Full right.
Full right.
Oh no! I just pressed the wrong button. That's what I mean about new peripherals, guys. Full up.
Full up.
Right is
Full
clear.
down.
Full down. Neutral.
Okay, now I've got to do rudder. So I have to just physically push with my feet. Full left.
Full left.
Neutral. Full right. Oh no, did it not go to neutral?
Neutral.
Okay, now full right.
Check. Flaps.
Oh, there you go. Done.
Flaps 1.
That's coming down.
Anti-ice.
All off.
Ecam status.
Checked.
Ecam door page.
Checked.
Hand signal.
Received.
Checklist complete.
Good stuff. Right, well, the tower controllers come back online. So everything's clear. We are good for taxi. Tower EZ9002 request taxi.
EG9002, taxi holding point Alpha X-ray for runway 27.
Alpha X-ray runway 27, EZ9002. Okay, well, wish me luck, guys. First taxi with these pedals. Brakes. please. Why is not the brakes not coming off? Brakes. Released. There we go. Okay, let's do this. Bit of power. No, it's going to the right. Left even. Wait, hang on. Is it not centered or something? Let me fix this. Center the rudder. Okay, it's going to the right when it's centered. So that's full right, center, full left, center. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm glad I just did this. This is the problem, right? This is something new. I don't know if it's new because I've never tried it on the Airbus A320 or the 21. But if you look down here, if TrackIR will let me look, of course it will. Hang on, let me see if I can make it do that. Okay, I've given up with TrackIR. This here, the tiller, right? This is actually now usable. So to get it to steer the nose, I just have to assign it to an axis, and when we move the power and we start to roll, I have now a tiller. See? Which is completely separate from the rudder. See, look, the nose is moving, but I'm not, which is interesting. So there we go. That's why we were all over the place.
And the taxiing checklist.
No slide.
There we go. And I could just use the diff brakes to move us.
Brake check.
Pedal press.
Pedal pressed. Check.
Jesus
0.
Christ, that was a bit harsh. Sorry.
Check. Auto brakes.
Max.
Takeoff data.
Reviewed.
FCU.
Checked.
Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. TO config.
Set.
Checklist complete.
Good stuff. That's us almost ready to go, really. In fact, I'm so confident we're ready to go. I'm doing like 60 knots on the taxiway, so let's just kill that. Oh my god. Rip brakes. There's Alpha Extra anyway, I know that much. Let's do the before takeoff checklist.
Flight attendants. Seats for takeoff, please. Before takeoff checklist, please.
Brake temperature.
Checked.
Brake fans.
All off.
Engine mode selector.
Checked. Normal.
TCAS.
TARA tilde above.
Exterior lights.
There we go.
Set on.
Sliding tables.
Stowed.
Stowed. Checklist
Easy
complete.
9002, ready for departure.
EV9002, winds 270 degrees at 10 knots, runway 2 clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff runway 27, Easy 9002. Right, there's no further ATC after this, so 1, 2, 2. We're rolling, yeah we are. Decimal 8. There we go. Everything's set, all looking good. Trying to steer an Airbus is not easy. Actually, trying to steer any plane when you're not used to it is not easy. Right, let's try the brakes now. Oh, there we go. Around the corner. Here we go, guys. Right, I've no idea how I'm meant to do this. So I'm just gonna keep them in. Let's do this. 50%. Heels to the floor so I don't knock the brakes. There we go, we've got a bit of authority. Let's do this.
Take off. Man, flex, SRS, and
Check.
runway.
Power set.
All working well. I tell you what, having pedals works an absolute dream.
100 knots. Go.
Checked.
rotate. Whee!
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Off the pedals.
Nav.
Check.
What a beautiful day.
Gears up, lights off.
Okay, climb power.
Time thrust.
And with that goes the autopilot.
EG9002, Hansburg ATC available for you. Monitor Unicom 122.9. Bye-bye.
122.8, easy 9002. Thanks, bye bye. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Over to Unicom, on the climb. English countryside for you. We're making that right hand turn very, very shortly. There's some TCAS there. Just out to the right somewhere, let's see if we can see them. Probably not for a little while. Flaps coming up.
And flaps up.
Speed check, flaps up.
And the after takeoff checklist.
So we'll go to flight level 280
Selector.
Checked normal.
and we will
Spoilers.
speed intervene.
Disarmed.
Flaps.
Not speed intervene, what am I saying?
Landing gear.
Gear up.
We'll
Lights
pull
off.
it to go into open climb. Too much Boeing.
Set off.
Packs.
Both on.
Anti-ice.
All off.
TCAS.
Checked.
Altimeter.
1010.
1010. Check. Checklist complete.
Tell you what, not gonna lie. All these upgrades are well worth it. Oh, actually, yeah, of course, the weather radar. That's what I wanted to show you. I don't know how they do it properly, but apparently, if I go down here, and then go to System 1, and then, is it that one? No, it's not that one. It's that
Transition
one.
altitude.
Might just be that, actually.
Aero reference set and cross check.
Check.
Not sure. Maybe the weather radar. I can't get to work. I know he said if I have terrain on, you won't be able to see it, which is completely logical. But I can't see anything at the moment, so maybe I need something specific. I do have Active Sky on the networked computer, but apparently it's not. It doesn't do anything with Active Sky, so interesting. My frames have just gone to absolute turd. Maybe that's something to do with it. So if I turn it off, does the frames go away? Yeah, look at that. The frames come back. Okay. I won't use a weather radar until I know for definite how that works. Because it just killed my frames and that was it, really.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Oh,
Lights
there we go.
off.
The wing view. The tail view. The wing view. That water. Okay, so all the way up we go to flight level 280. I guess I'll skip it a little bit because watching the climb probably isn't that entertaining. So this flight's relatively short. No sooner are we up, we're coming back down. So I'll talk to you when we just a little bit before top of descent. Which will take you like 2 seconds, but it'll take me about 50 minutes. So in a bit. Okay, I know I said I was going to wait till top of descent, but I just realised that I'm not going to do that because I want to talk to you about something. Actually, do I have time to talk to you about something? Because I'm probably about to hit London's airspace. But anyway, I want to know what you want to see as far as content goes. I have my own little ideas of what I want to do and stuff like that. And I'm just curious, as always. We have more people here now, nearly 13,000 of you. It's a lot of people, and the last time I asked what you wanted to see, there was only about 6,000 or 7,000. So people's ideas change, what people want to see change. And yeah, let me know in the comments. Just stick your suggestions. It doesn't have to be too specific. Sorry, there went Facebook. So that's everyone now looking at their browsers frantically. I know that you don't have to be, well, asking that sort of question makes everyone go, I don't really know what to say. But you don't need to be too specific, unless you obviously have a reason to be. But anything really, you know, games, flights, aircraft, scenery, whatever, you name it, I will try to accommodate. Don't worry, I've not run out of ideas, it's just nice to gauge what your audience wants. Anyway, I'm sure we're about to hit London Control, so just after that then I'll talk to you a little bit more. But we are progressing well, just cruising at flight level 280 and routing up the western side of the UK at the moment. Nighton is the waypoint we're about to hit next. And then from that, it's a right turn, as you can see on the ND, towards Knockin, and then towards Croft, which is just north of Manchester. And then from there, up towards, where are we going then? Left towards Margaux, so up to central England, into Scotland, and then we're descending just before Margaux. So yeah, there you go. I feel like a real pilot. Hell yeah. Talk to you in a bit. Right, so we have about, I don't know, 30 odd miles to top of descent, which means let's program the arrival. So from Margaux, it is ILS approach runway 23, and it is the Lanark 1 Alpha arrival. Insert that. Good stuff. We can get rid of Tower, just go direct to Lanark after Margaux. And from that performance page, we want a QNH into Glasgow of, if it will load, EGPF MEDAR 1010, so same as we departed Bristol. Temperature is 14 degrees. The surface wind is 330 at 3 knots. And the transition altitude is 6,000 feet, according to the chart. And we are going to land. Should we do config 3? Should we try that and see if it works? Okay, we'll do conf 3. And we'll do also decision altitude of 230 feet, which is on Barrow. So that's all set. With that then, we need to go on the overhead panel and we need to engage that there. So that's what we're landing with, flat 3, so we don't get an erroneous call out. So that gives us top of descent now at about 15 miles. So we'll program actually, if we can do flight level 70 at Margaux, that'll be pretty decent for us. So 70 by Margaux, and then let that recalculate that. So yeah, now just under 12 miles-ish before top of descent. Okay, let's start the descent.
Initiating descent.
FMA check.
Radar tilt.
Set below.
I'm actually really nervous about landing this because YOLO with rudder pedals is so difficult. Yes, I just said YOLO. Unsubscribe. Okay, so 17 miles to go until Lanark, and then it's radar vectoring for the ILS approach on runway 23. Ding dong, apparently. We might actually be able to see some of the ground once we pass through these clouds. Should we get a GoPro view? Let's look at this. Let's take a GoPro view on the dash. Look at that. All the way down. This is FTX Orbex, whatever you want to call that company, Scotland. And when we arrive, it will be UK2000 Glasgow Extreme. I will list all the add-ons below, which I apparently have never done before. My bad. I just take it for granted because I use it all the time, but I don't, well, I keep forgetting that people don't necessarily have all the add-ons, so I do apologise. And if you can hear children screaming outside, it is exactly that.
Passing
There's
10,000
nothing I can
feet.
do.
Lights on.
I can see like flickering in the distance, and I'm not sure what that is. Can you see that? Kind of over there. I saw it over there as well, but there's a cloud in the way. Cloud. Nice of you to join us. I don't know what that flickering is over there. Unless they're like wind farms or something. Yeah, they are. They're wind farms. Ah, okay, that's fun. You can see them over here as well. If I look. Wait. What are they? I can't figure it out. I can see one down there as well. Well, this weather's taken a miraculous turn for the worst. It was raining a little while ago. Now it's clear again. Maybe it'll clear up again, I don't know. Anyway, 9 miles to run until Lanark, and then off we go. To the right. Heading of about, I don't know, 350, something like that. Descending down. Let's have a look at the minimum descent altitude. So radial 250 from the Golf Oscar Whiskey, we can then descend down to as low as 3,000 feet. Anything north of that 250 radial, we can only descend as low as 4,900 feet. So that is going to be interesting. So as long as we remain south of the centre line, we should be okay. However, we have this good old terrain data. Level at 70 now. So we'll leave the airports on. Three miles to go. The lights on. They are now. Light turn-offs. We'll start the right turn now, 350. And we'll descend down to 4,000. Actually, we'll do all the way down to 3,000 feet. We'll do that in VS. 1,500 feet a minute, I guess. We'll see where that ends up, or where that puts us, should I say. Gonna activate the approach phase now. Why not? I think I've broken the checklist, to be honest, because they I'm not doing. Oh, it says initiate descent. Weird. Okay. Right, wait, just click something then. Is that me or that checklist? I don't know. Look at this weather now. It was nice 2 minutes ago. Look at that. Raining like hell. Auto brake medium, please. Remember, we're landing with flap 3, so there'll be a bit of a nose up attitude in comparison to landing with flap 4. It's all set, yeah, I did put that on before. What is that noise? Right, anyway. QNH 1010 set. You can turn to the left now. 330 will do. Decrease the VS. There's the glide slope diamond, so still got about 10 miles until we oh actually no, that's 15 miles until the localizer, so we'll probably end up turning kind of, if we come in around a little bit here and then maybe turn right there and then left again just to kind of loop us around. That 350 heading just before landing was pretty useless. Dack off again. Is there any altitude restriction at that place? I don't know. Let's see if constraints tells us anything. 2,000. What does that say? 2,900. Oh, okay, maybe it's not too bad then. 2,900 by there. So if we well, we can't go any lower than 3,000 anyway just yet. So we'll keep that rate of descent coming down. We'll do, I don't know, 800 feet a minute. That's why. Look at those mountains. Oh jeez. That doesn't look cool. There's Glasgow over there. All the lights are on. Yeah, belts are on. Everything's good. The wipers make a noise, don't they? It's not too bad. Put the other ones on as well. Actually, no, that's a really bad idea. They're far too loud. Just turn those off. We can still see. Not that it would make any shadow of a difference, because FSX is great when it comes to drops on the window.
Flaps 1.
There goes flaps 1.
Speed check, flaps 1.
Miles until the turn. I was just hovering slightly below the glide slope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset 2500 and I'm going to pull it at about 300 feet a minute, something like that. Visual with the terrain, so that's not the issue. 2.5 miles-ish before the turn. I could probably make the turn now, actually. Yeah, let's do that. So what are we? Runway 23, so we'll do 27. It's 40-degree cut. That's all good. And then with that, we'll reset it down to 2,000 feet. And then we're well clear of that terrain, and we're still within the glide path.
2,500.
Check.
2,500.
Double it. Okay. There's Glasgow. See the approach lights anyway. Just that. Okay, we need to increase the rate of descent now, so 700 feet will do. Maybe a bit more. 1,000 possibly. I don't want to be chasing it. Seven miles to go. Reset that all the way down. Ease that up. 700 feet a minute. We'll arm the localizer. 6 miles to go, we'll take gear down. There's the localizer now, and with that we
Flaps
can
2.
grab the glide slope.
Flaps 2.
Missed approach altitude is 3,000 feet. There we go.
Flaps 3.
Visual,
Speed check, flaps 3.
and visual. Autopilot coming out.
Landing checklist, please.
Landing gear.
Down and locked. 3 green.
Ground spoilers.
Checked and armed.
Auto brakes.
Medium.
Exterior lights.
All on.
Go around altitude.
Checked.
Landing memo.
Checked. And no blue.
Checklist complete.
There we go. This is flaps 3 for you. Slightly higher than normal nose up.
1,000.
Still works quite well though. Oh, and I just changed to the outside view. That was interesting. Let's go back inside. The joys of new peripherals, forgetting that that button actually does something.
1,000.
1,000 to go. Right, let's get on these pedals. So they're going to
1,000.
be immensely important with a nice crosswind like that. good.
Hundred above. 300. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
Landing.
100. 70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Ground spoilers.
Reverse.
Reverse brake.
Feet, please.
70 knots.
Off with
All
the
the brakes
brakes. Very good. Very good. We got the tiller now? Yes, we do. Woohoo! That was fun. Just gotta make sure that these pedals work for the brakes. Yes, they do. Get off this next left. There we go.
And the after landing checklist, please.
Exterior lights.
Set.
Ground spoilers.
Set off.
Engine mode selector.
Checked normal.
Flaps.
And flaps up.
TCAS.
Set off.
Brake temperature.
Checked.
APU.
Set on.
Checklist complete.
Awesome. So, there we go. Taxiing back to stand. That was pretty successful, actually. It's very surreal using new hardware, well, more peripherals, to be honest. Because you've got to judge everything slightly differently. Especially with... it's weird, though, because this X55, the Cytec X55, has a lot of friction on the throttle, so it actually feels quite realistic. It gives you a little bit of feedback when you try and move it, which it feels good. I like it. Definitely a worthwhile investment if you're looking for a new bit of kit to fly with. It's great being able to use different sides of the brakes to steer around corners. I have no idea where EasyJet park, I'll be honest with you. Around here will do for me. Just park next to that BA. Stand 23, there we go. Brakes! And swing it round onto the stand. With a left diff. There we go. Oops, I overshot that a little bit, oh well. There we go. There's a nice lamppost in the way, but oh well. I guess it can't be cheap. I think this is merging with maybe the Orbeck stuff as well. Oh well, never mind. Brakes, 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 brakes. Come on, a little bit more. There we go. And parking brake. Very good. Okay, we can shut the engines down now. Goodbye, powerhouse. And there we have it.
Nice flight. So let's do the parking checklist and then we are done for the day.
We are indeed done for the day.
Parking
You are
brake
right,
and
sir.
trucks.
So, there we go. Aerosoft Airbus A319 Beta. It's pretty cool, I'll admit it. You liked it, I know you did. I don't know when it's going to be out, I really don't. But it seems to be pretty solid. There's a strong team of testers working on it, which means that you will get quite a refined product, which is always fun. But seriously, it is really nice. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know. It's always fun to hear the negative as well as the positive. Until the next video, I wish you all well, take care, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.